All right, I thought I recorded an outro yesterday when I was leaving Glamis, but yeah, as you can see, my lips are moving, but there's no sound. So I'm doing this the day after the fact, sitting at home on the couch. But I'll just try to wrap this video up. I appreciate everybody watching. I really gotta give a huge shout out again to Juell. She has certainly just taken the torch of this whole Banshee run and ran with it. Shout out to Mr. Kayak, who's been involved with it for the last years. He moved out of state, but it didn't slow down the meet at all. Huge thanks to Juell. She organized all this and got us all out there. And you saw the video. There was, I don't even know, but I don't know, 80 Banshees or whatever it was. And it's super fun getting together with everybody, kind of hanging out. Juell organized that crazy raffle again. I didn't really look at what all the prizes and stuff were this year. I was just kind of walking around doing my thing. But anyway, massive shout out to Juell. She's, keeping the Banshee crowd all together. I'll go out there every single year that they have this thing, and I'll see you guys out there. I love going. So big thank you, big shout out to Juell. Again, I wish I had the freaking audio from yesterday. I think I'm just trying to redo it or whatever. It's not the same. But anyway, the people that I actually met, the riding family that was just rad, the boys and the mom and dad, shout out to you guys. Junior and Genesis, my buddy Matt. I was doing my own thing, just kind of riding in the back of the pack, and I'm coming down Oldsmobile Hill, and a dude flags me down. All these bikes have ridden by, and then there's a dude standing at the base of Oldsmobile Hill, like yelling. So I'm like, oh, maybe one of our crew like lost a hat or whatever. So I roll up to him, and it's my buddy Matt off Instagram. So I stopped and met Matt and his son and hung out with him for a few minutes, and that was super cool. But yeah, who else? Samuel, good to chat with you a little bit and ride. And just everybody else, shaking hands and all that stuff. I love it. I love going out to Glamis and meeting people that watch the show here. So shout out to you guys. The trip itself, I wish I brought my freaking chest mount GoPro, but I just forgot to wear it when we went on the ride, and I really regret that, because I had one of the funnest riding outings ever there, because we rode from the meet to swing set, and I was like up in the front of the pack, kind of like riding with all the Banshee dudes up front, and we had some pretty crazy moments. I've ridden with Juell, but I don't think I've ridden with most of those other guys, and we were just kind of getting after it and having some fun, and it was fun. It was different crew for sure. But on the way back, I wanted to ride with some different people and just kind of mix in with the crowd and ride whatever. And eventually I was just like, all right, I don't really want to work my way up through the pack, because I don't want to be like, riding all super aggressive with people that aren't really, that they're just cruising. So I just started venturing off and just going off into the dunes. I could still see like the ride, I could still see like the big snake of Banshees cruising through the dunes, but I was like having such a fun time just all by myself, just trailblazing out there and just making my own way. And I really have never done that in Glamis. I always just kind of take it easy and cruise, and I shouldn't say cruise, because the people that I usually ride with are going fast, but usually like I'm in the pack, probably like right behind my buddy Jose, or just like somewhere. But anyway, this time I was by myself, and I was just going and really kicking ass out there, and I was having a great time. Like I said, I usually just take it easy in Glamis, and what I mean by that is I don't want to fall into a witch eye or fall off a cliff or fall. If you wreck out there, it can get messed up real quick. You're falling off a big building, if you mess up out there. So usually I don't want to be that guy. There's a funny story in my family of my older brother. He took a trip out on his CR500, very first ride, very first moments. He got in a head-on collision in Glamis and had to get ambulanced out and all this shit or whatever it was. So that's like always in my head, like I don't want to be that guy that crashes and burns in Glamis. The last thing that was very different on this trip was I actually got to lead my crew. We went on a ride from the Washes camp to Sunset Hill, as you saw in the video, and they're like, hey, you know, Jose's not here, do you want to lead? And I'm coming off the high of the previous ride where I'm like out there just making my way, going on all these fresh on-track dunes and just really just clicking and having fun and just I'm pretty sure I mentioned that when I got back, and they're like, hey dude, you should lead, Jose's not here. Jose is like who, every time I've been to Glamis, I've camped with Jose. Shout out Mata. And I think it's the same for, it's like a, you know, we all orbit around the son of Jose. He's like the leader of our gang, and I've learned so much about Glamis and about riding from Jose. But he wasn't there this time; he couldn't make it. So I got nominated, and I took the reins, and I really enjoyed riding, because I've even had this conversation with Jose, like, hey, sometimes when we're on these group rides, either I'm having the time of my life and I'm just ripping with the freaking boys and we're kicking ass, and girls. There's some awesome girl riders that we know. But anyway, we're kicking ass and we're having a great time. Or I've had a couple rides where I'm like stressed out. I'm trying to keep up with the guy in front of me. I'm trying not to slow down the person behind me. It's all kind of in my head, and I get stressed out and I don't have fun. And he has kind of mentioned, like, you know what, you might want to try leading. If that's, you know, the way that you're thinking about it, you should try leading. And I've never wanted to, because Glamis, like I said, is dangerous. I don't want to be responsible for people getting hurt. I don't want to be responsible for people not having fun, because these Glamis group rides, they're usually a lot different. You're going, you know, low to high, up and down these bowls. It's almost like a big like snake. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. We're all just kind of surfing the dunes and stuff. I just ride at a different pace a lot of times. I want to go as fast as I can, and I'm used to riding by myself. And I'm not saying I'm faster than some of the people that we ride with. That's definitely not what I'm saying. But I just kind of ride at a different pace. I grew up riding in the desert by myself, alone. So anyway, Jose threw that out there, like, hey, you should try leading. And so this time I got to lead, and it was like 5 of us or whatever, cruising through the dunes, kicking a little ass, you know. It was fun. So the boys were kind of sweating when we got to the first checkpoint, and actually so was I. We were going pretty fast and having a lot of fun. So I just want to, you know, I'll always remember this trip for that reason, because I feel like I've really turned a corner, and I really liked getting out there and being the leader, I guess. So anyway, thanks for watching again. If you've made it this far, big shout out to you. We'll see what the next one is, but like I always say, I guess, until the next one, all the best to you guys. Peace.